welcome to all of you who join in and listen to my podcast. Deeply grateful for your time, for your commitment to yourself. Today I want to talk about your voice. There's a poem by Shel Silverstein that goes like this. There's a voice inside of you that whispers all day long. I feel this is right for me. I know that this is wrong. No teacher, preacher, parent, friend, or wise man can decide what's right for you. Just listen to the voice that speaks inside. We may not be aware, but we make many important decisions in life guided by the voice of others instead of our own intuition. Study this, later it pays well. Work in that company, you'll make better money and rise up faster. Live in that neighborhood, schools are better and it's safer. Learn this skill, you'll need it later in life. Invest here, buy that, go there. And almost unknowingly, our own voice gets drowned by the opinions of others and the social pressure to conform. And we follow a path that was laid out for us, not by us. We become trapped in patterns, routines, and a life that keeps us confined to the direction others think is best. And it holds us back from fully exploring our potential. Deep inside every one of us, there are parts that have little to do with standards, degrees, and titles. We are unique human beings, each and every one with distinctive qualities that can enrich our life and that of many others. I'm not talking about the genius level talents or the above average IQ scores you think are only reserved for a selected few that were born gifted. Rather, your voice is a deep and powerful inclination toward a particular subject that you have inside of you and can access at any time. It's what makes you, you. Maybe you are the creative designer. Maybe you are the voice of science for your community. Maybe you're that empathic motivator that sparks people's sense of individuality. Maybe you're a moving storyteller that inspires self-reflection. Or you're a positive leader that encourages others to take risks. There's a voice inside of us that is more authentic and real than the many voices we hear all day. It can be traced back to the primal inclinations we had in early childhood. Our unexplainable attraction to particular areas of interest. The deep passion to explore and learn more about something particular. The intuition that tells us to go left when everyone says to go right. It's that one thing that keeps coming up, nudging you, asking to give it room and staying on your mind when everything else is long forgotten. We all have something. We may not be aware of it. We may dismiss it as foolish or simply ignore it. But it's there. It's our life's task to express our uniqueness. It's our destiny to fulfill. For many of us, it requires effort to find our voice because we have tuned it out for too long. We are in a frenzy of accomplishing the milestones life tells us to pursue. There's no time to paint full-time or sell jewelry on Etsy. We have rules to follow and be reasonable and responsible human beings. Travel to India to build homes for children? Only people specifically called for that purpose do such things. We enjoy the voices of the masters, but we feel we don't possess the talent or skill to ever paint like Da Vinci or play like Steph Curry. There's no use in even starting. And sometimes we simply resist that inner voice and intentionally turn away from it. It doesn't make sense to start a blog or write a book when there are already millions out there. And besides, we don't have the money or the resources anyway. But I encourage everyone today to dig a little deeper and search a bit more within yourself to unearth some of your creative potential. The search for your inner voice is a quest to discover your unique self. It's learning more about who you are, what you're passionate about, what activities spark your creativity and put you into a flow state where time just flies. It means becoming an active participant in your life and finding out what brings you true joy. It's uncovering the side of you that you may have drowned out for most of your life. The speaker that moves others, the artist that brings beauty into people's lives, the gardener who provides sustenance to the planet. Finding your voice is an attraction that is not infected by the desires of other people. It's a genuine desire to repeat an activity that you never tire of. When you find your voice, you don't find something new inside of you. Instead, you find a little bit more of you. Your inner voice stands for the expression of who you are. And as you bring it to life, you're accessing the path to create your own world, rather than just inhabiting one created by others. The quest for you. I have found my voice. In the quest for you. This is the title to my podcast that I started a year ago. The topics I cover all center on this very quest to discover who we are and bring that part out into the world. In my case, finding my voice is literally using my voice. 5 days a week, 10 minutes episode, recorded here in my small apartment, talking to myself on topics that I find helpful and that I want others to benefit from as well. Quest for you is my quest to find my voice. What will it take for you to find yours? From my experience, I can tell you this. Finding your voice calls for a willingness to experiment and take a chance. Something drew me to podcasting. I couldn't explain it. I simply felt the need to do it. I don't quite know yet where it will take me. I might fail, but I'm willing to live with that risk and uncertainty because every aspect about it is extremely enriching. Finding your voice requires passion, patience, and persistence more than it does solid knowledge and expertise. I started from zero. I didn't know anything about podcasting, but I was driven, and I still am. Every day I look forward to working on the content for my episodes, and with every topic I cover, I grow a little bit more myself. And I find a bit more of who I am and what matters to me. Finding your voice confronts you with your fears, but it helps you overcome them. It takes a lot to put myself out there. I always despised hearing my own voice, and now that it's out there for the world to hear, I've come to like it, and other people do too. I have found that once you're passionate enough to get started, you will find a way to move through your fear. Feeling motivated and energized, we can overcome almost anything. The best part of finding your voice is this. It becomes your contribution to mankind. This world, this life. The world we live in is teeming with problems, many caused by our own creation. It's a necessity for all of us to attempt to set an example that impacts the human race in a meaningful way. So I ask all of you, in the words of Elizabeth Gilbert, do you have the courage to bring forth the treasures that are hidden within you? Much love, my friends. Talk to you soon.